When you attach too much meaning to something, chances are if you don't get that thing, you get depressed, you get disappointed, right? You feel powerless because you didn't get that thing. And today I'm going to teach you something called the law of reducing importance, because I'm going to give you an own example from my own sort of journey, right? When I first created this channel, which you're watching this video on right now, what used to happen is, right, I used to put in so much importance on the way my videos used to perform. I used to put so much importance on what external things I can get from these videos, right? For example, oh, I'm gonna get a lot of people watching my videos. So, for example, views, likes, and subscribers, and all those sort of things. And oh, I'm gonna make money if I do this and do that. And that was all my brain was focusing on. Now, granted, I understand that that is an aspect of what I'm doing. However, you need to realize that in order to really get something going, in order to really help people that like you, the way you want to help people, if you really, really want to do something, right? Chances are you attach too much importance to it. Even if you're doing something on your in your own journey, for example, you're going to the gym, you're exercising, you're eating clean, you're taking care of your body, you're putting too much importance on that thing. And if you put too much importance on one thing, chances are, let's say for example, I'm just gonna draw you here, right? Let's say this is you, and you're going to the gym. Let's say for example, these are dumbbells. You're like lifting weights, you're doing everything right. But the next day you wake up and see, oh, I got no results. Right? You see, bro, how am I that skinny? Or how am I still that thick? Why am I not losing weight? Or why am I not gaining any muscle? What's wrong with me, right? When you add importance, chances are you will see all the minute details which you wouldn't have noticed otherwise. And when you look at those minute details and all you focus on is those little details, for example, you call yourself, oh, I feel skinny. You just identify with the word skinny. Or you identify, I feel kind of fat, right? You just call yourself fat for no reason. Maybe you are fat, but you just call yourself fat because you don't see any progress just yet, right? But you label yourself these things. And if you're not into like bodybuilding and stuff like that, use your own sort of analogy for what I'm saying, right? So it really helps you when I'm delivering you this message. When you attach too much importance to one thing and you look at the minute details and the negativity that everything has, chances are you're not really going to be able to build on something positive, because the mere fact that you are attaching importance to a certain thing means that you are looking at the minute details of everything going negative, right? For example, if I have the best day of my life and I just focus on the negative things that happen. Oh, I woke up, but then I was kind of sweaty when I woke up and I didn't smell good. And oh, I forgot to put on moisturizer when I went to the, like I'm just thinking all these negative things. Chances are those negative things are going to compound the future due to the law of vibration. And when I'm vibrating a low frequency and I'm creating thoughts from my own intellectual mind about all these negative things, those negative things are going to compound. And it works the other way as well. If I think more positive things and I compound them instead, I'm going to reside on a higher vibration. So I just want to show you something else really quickly. When you are residing on a higher vibration, let's say this is the vibrational scale, right? I'm just going to put you like a thing on the screen right there so you can see what the actual scale of vibration look like. But I'm just going to kind of summarize it so you can understand it in a better way, right? So in basic terms, these are like the lower frequency emotions that you face. For example, like shame is the bottom one, anger, and let's say here you can feel courage, joy, right? Basically summarize everything for you. But if you think thoughts which are residing in shame, residing in anger, you wouldn't really be able to necessarily pick them out because you think them on a daily basis. So you're only going to be able to know if you do some self-awareness work and you are actually able to, like see what thoughts you have. You'll become more aware of the thoughts through some introspective practice like meditation, for example. If you do meditation for a prolonged period of time, bro, I'm slipping my words, man. If you do that practice for a long time, what happens is you become more aware of the thought patterns you have. You become more aware of what sort of ego defense mechanisms you are using to get to people, right? And when that happens, you actually see a different side of you, and it actually kind of scares you, but then you're aware of what you're actually doing, so you can change those behaviors, right? And so what I mean by this is, when you are constantly thinking of things which put you in anger, things which put you in shame, you will attract scenarios that reside the same vibrational energy, right? When you are currently residing on a plane of anger and shame, chances are you will attract scenarios similar to that frequency of anger and shame. And it goes the other way as well. When you are in the space of joy and courage, which is not everyone is on there, right? I'm not trying to be like everyone should be on joy and courage and stuff. I understand some people are, hey bro, I was here a long time. I was here a long time, right? I was on shame for a long time. So the reason why I'm telling you this is because I've experienced what it's like to be there. I've experienced that. And so that's the reason why I'm here on camera. I'm telling you what I've actually learned from everything which I'm currently teaching right now, right? So with that being said, when you are attaching importance to the things which kind of lower down your self-esteem, kind of lower down the way you think about yourself, you start to think of yourself in lower like vibrational ways, which means that you will see scenarios occurring which will reinforce that current identity which you have within you, right? Now, another thing which I want to show you, and this will be a quick one, right, is in order to change this, what can you do, right? Number one, all you can do is, instead of focusing on the negative so much, think about what good you did and literally tell yourself what good you did today, right? I want you to tell yourself right now, what 3 things, give me 3 things that you're happy about, right? 3 things which you're happy about that you did today. I don't want any negative things. I just want you to focus on the positive, because you need to realize focusing attention grows. I'm writing slow, man. Yo, I really hope you can see that. Oh, you can't. Focus creates more. So basically what I mean by that is, when you focus on something, I know you can't see that, but it says focus is equal to create more. But what that basically means is, right, when you focus on things which you like, you create stuff which you like. When you focus on the negative, you attract the negative scenarios too much. You see the negative in every scenario too much. And the human brain is designed in a way where you're more likely to see the negative than the positive. So it's kind of your brain is like a neuroplastic, right? Which means it can change its patterns. You can literally do things which to change the patterns of how your brain thinks and behaves and stuff like that. So if you focus merely on the positive, you're going to see in a couple of days, in a couple of weeks, that it's not always negative, and it's just the way your framework is built to function in the world. And the function which most people have is corrupt because the people around them, they're mostly focused on the negative. So we learn from our parents, we learn from the people around us. They are thinking negative, we copy them, we think negative as well, right? And so with that being said, one last thing which I did as well when it comes to my own journey is, you remember how I told you in the start where I was so focused on the subscribers and this and viewers and likes and stuff like that? What I did to do that is, I was basically focused on one thing, which is giving. I stopped being selfish and I stopped being sort of looking out for my own sort of things, right? Because one thing I realized is, the more I give, the more I will receive. The more you give, the more you receive. The love you give, the love you receive, right? And you might say, but not always, right? Not always. But you need to realize that even if you're giving and you're doing what you genuinely feel like is someone which you like, it doesn't really matter anyways, because in the end, you know that giving is a way of receiving. When I'm giving right now, in a way, I'm kind of receiving at the same time. I may not receive everything that I want, but I'm kind of feeling the joy in the moment of recording this video, right? And so when I did that, what happened was I'm not really so attached to anything which happens on the outside, right? I've so reduced the importance as well that I don't really see the value, right? I don't really see the value of this and that and that. And I'm not really in this headspace so much, because I realized that everything is kind of temporary. I'm not trying to sound like some monk or some guy that's meditated for 10 hours or something, but it just makes it easier for you to focus on the things which you are going to focus on, right? Everything is temporary. So even if things not go your way and this happens and that happens, you need to realize, yo, at the end, you know what I mean? At the end, nothing's gonna be here. In 100 years, in 100 years, bro, in a million years, this everything is not gonna matter. So I know this sounds kind of shallow, but you just gotta realize that the joy that you find is really in existing and in doing, rather than wanting to receive something. Is the joy is really in the doing. Whatever work you're avoiding right now in doing, the joy is there. And when you procrastinate and you see that, you know, you want something instead, you're in that abundance. You're not abundance, you're in that, what's the other thing called, abundance and scarcity. When you're in that scarcity mindset, you're not really in the headspace of abundance. You're not really in the headspace of giving, of receiving, right? And so with that being said, thank you for watching. I hope this video really helps you. If you want to support me, you can basically like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to post more videos like this to help you. And so with that being said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.